But I have a question. I think Rambam even says Jews are allowed to daven in a mosque. Like you're never going to have what constitutes a Avodah Zorah in that place. Like I think Muslims are even more machmir on, like images and all these kind of things. So if you're saying abomination from a standpoint of just that there's something there that it's not the basic.
Okay, so that's an excellent point. So when we're talking about the reason why you're allowed to daven in a mosque is because it's just a building. There are no idols there. So you're allowed to daven in a building with peoples of other faiths. If you have a building that's any kind of Chinese or Indian, if there's no Avodah Zarah there and they don't worship idols, the fact that people have a different faith system, it doesn't forbid us to going into that building, and it doesn't So
even a church.
Well, a church, because Christianity is problematic from a Jewish point of view, there are issues with a church. Yeah. But as far as the Muslims are concerned, they don't believe in any idols, and they don't have any images, and they don't believe in any of that. So therefore, as far as the halacha is you're allowed to daven over there, but that's as far as the building itself. But the Dome of the Rock is very unique. It has inscriptions. First of all, the Dome of the Rock, a normal church is not a message. Someone builds a church, Christians build a church on my block, good for them. They pray there, encourage them, go pray in the church, I pray in the synagogue. It's not telling me anything. It's not telling you, hey, Jew,
I'm replacing you.
I'm a Christian, I don't believe in you. He says, no, I'm a Christian, you're a Jew. Fine, this is America.
Yeah.
Live and let live.
Yeah.
So that's fine. They're not making fun of me by building a church. Not in our day and age. I mean, there were times when the Christians were very brutal to the Jews, but in our day and age, Christians are fine. So they're not telling me. The reason why the Muslims built that over there is a message. Hey, Jews, Muhammad came and he replaced your Bible. And Muhammad's very upset that the Jews didn't accept him because Muhammad went out of his way to make the Jews happy. He said, you know what? I'm the new prophet. I'm replacing Moses, and I want you guys to join me. And we're going to keep Shabbos, and we're going to keep Yom Kippur, and we're going to pray 3 times a day, and we could do all that stuff. I'm not really, I'm changed, join me. So the Jews said, absolutely not. So then he said, forget about you guys, forget about it. I'm not fasting Yom Kippur, but I'm going to outdo you. We're fasting a whole month of Ramadan, right? We're not celebrating Shabbos, but we're celebrating Friday. We're going to pray 5 times a day. Okay, we're going to outdo you, but the reality is a Muslim has to pray 5 times a day. He's allowed to pray for 1 minute. Our prayers take a lot longer. Whatever, that's a side point. Yeah. But you see, so Muhammad tried to change all these things. He was very, very upset with the Jews. So this was a statement that the Muslims were saying: this is your holy temple. This is the holy mount, the holy temple. You think Mashiach is going to come? It's not. It was a similar message that Hadrian tried to do with his pagan temple, to tell the Jews, forget about any aspirations and hopes that you can ever reestablish a Jewish kingdom in Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. The Muslims were making the same message, that we are now the leaders, the faith leaders of the world, and if the Messiah comes, he's going to be a Muslim. So that's an abomination, because they're telling us that the Torah is wrong, our tradition is wrong. That and not only that, they're also being very disrespectful to Moshe, because we have a belief that it's one of the 13 fundamentals of our faith. Moshe Rabbeinu was the greatest prophet. There's no prophet, Jew or non-Jew, who could ever override anything Moshe Rabbeinu said. And here they're saying that Muhammad is the true prophet. So these are the inscriptions that are all, if you look at the Dome of the Rock, you'll see all Arabic letters outside and also inside, if you see pictures of it. All these are saying that Islam is the true faith and not Judaism and not Christianity. So in a way, you're saying it's not a place where there's idols, in the sense, so you're allowed to, theoretically you're allowed to pray in such a building, but it is an abomination, because it's basically stating that Judaism is not true, Moses is not the greatest prophet, the Jewish Messiah is not going to be a Jew from the house of David, he's going to be a Muslim. So it is, in a sense, similar, just like an idol denies God. This building denies the truth of Torah in other ways. It doesn't deny the existence of God, but it denies the eternity of our Torah.